a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever the crazy Hurricane Helene, it's not Helen, it's Helene apparently. And then the one after, Milton, I like went on TikTok because I don't really go on TikTok, but I like went in there to just like see all the live footage and the chaos because I don't trust what the news tells me. I like to see what the people are saying. Anyway, but after that, like it's kind of been in my algorithm where like I get into bed and I'll scroll for a little bit and I'll look at TikTok. But like TikTok to me is like the new conspiracy place in a good way and a bad way, because there are some great truths in there, but there is a lot of nonsense in there.
You never know what's real and not.
They say like, oh, this person hasn't been seen in a few weeks. What are they up to? Anything to do with Diddy? And they have that like eerie, creepy song. And it makes the whole vibe. It makes you like want to believe whatever they're saying. But so much of it is horseshit. I'm not saying all the conspiracies are horseshit. There's some really good stuff.
Yeah, but there's no way to know. Like there's no way to know anything ever.
I'm going to say this here. People might hate me. But the argument, and I'm not saying I am taking sides here, but the argument against flat earth versus the round earth, there are amazing arguments for the flat earth and there are amazing arguments for the round earth. And the scientists on both sides who know way more than I do, they can say everything they want to sway us to believe whether it's flat or round. Until I can physically go up into the sky as high as I can and see it for myself, I cannot justifiably make an answer because I don't believe the proof because it's just so good on both sides. And that's with so many things. It's with the conspiracies too. There's always amazing points on both sides. I think that's what keeps confusion and debate going on in the world, because no one's actually right. It's like, what do you believe more?
Yeah. And on your point, let's say with flat earth versus round earth, you and me have really no scientific empirical background to be able to know this. Like we're the average layman.
And we're the average guy who just watches and does research and so tries to formulate an opinion.
And research is stretching it.
Yeah.
When you don't know anything, like we do.
Or like we don't.
And people are making arguments on either side. I think what you're saying is both sides have compelling arguments. If you don't really know stuff, like some people who are so against flat earth, who are like science people who are like, I could tell you why the earth is round right now just by doing this measurement. We don't know that stuff.
No, exactly. I don't have the intelligence or the
knowledge base
or the knowledge to agree or disagree. Whereas I just say, hey, I'm down to hear everyone's opinion. Until I go up to the sky, I will not give an answer because I cannot.
Yeah, we don't know.
I have not seen it.
But that applies with every conspiracy ever.
100%.
There's so many, and there's a lot of people who are just chasing clout, as the kids would say, where they can just say whatever they want and there's no way to really prove anything.
No, and I think that's the worst part of social media is that anyone can say anything they want. And if they are confident enough to be convincing, then they're right.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I've experienced a lot of things in certain domains, like in business or my own personal health journey or all these things, but never have I been so sure of anything that I would go out and tell people, this is what you got to do. And this is what the truth is.
Oh no, for sure not.
So for anyone who has absolute truth, conviction in their statements, to me is by definition full of shit and untrustworthy.
Oh, for sure. If someone is so stuck in their own ways and refuses to even hear another side, I'm not going to be friends with that person because they don't have the capacity to think.
Yeah. For example, we can't see Wi-Fi. How could you explain Wi-Fi to someone from 50 years ago or 20 years ago? There's the light spectrum, like infrared and, what is it? The other one, ultraviolet. Mm-hmm. Like we only see in terms of the whole spectrum of light, like this much.
Oh yeah.
Most of what happens in the world is completely invisible to us. We're like a dumb species not dumb, just we have enough input sensory to eat, reproduce, and not get hit by a car.
Yeah.
Everything beyond that is beyond us. So
it's funny.
That's why I'm open to absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And that's why I also know fundamentally that I know nothing.
Yes. Going by that, I saw I think it was a reel or a meme or something, and they were saying it was like a guy was like, one guy was saying, oh, if I went back in time 100 years or 200 years, I'd be so rich. I'd bring all this stuff. And then the guy who answers like, what rich? I don't know how anything works. I just use these things. What, I'm going to create Wi-Fi, or I'm going to create electricity and start making a power grid? No.
You're gonna make microchips.
He's like, I'm going to be just as useless in those times as I am right now.
Exactly.
Because although I have all these things, I didn't invent them. I don't know how they work. And then even like me, I'm like, man, I'm 34. I still barely understand gravity concept.